So good morning, lovely yogis. Just settling on your mat, lying or seated. And whatever's been bothering you over the past weeks, days, or even this morning, we can just put it out of our mind. Beginning to relax. So just grounding down, breathing, and just settling your energies. And tuning into how you're feeling physically. If you've had a busy morning or there's been a few worries or stresses, how does that affect you and your physicality? And just allow that all to just dissipate. Notice if you've got anything niggling physically in the body, and just being very aware of Satya and Ahimsa, the truth and non-harm. And let's just take a few more conscious breaths together. And then if you're lying down, just drawing the knees in and gently rocking. Coming to seated shortly, and we'll sit with Zazen. So this morning we will practice mindfulness of breath. Usually takes sort of around 5 minutes. It's a lovely way of just falling into the sort of the deeper levels of meditation. So just resting your hands, Dhyana Mudra. The 4 phases, I'll just recap. We count the out breath 1 to 10, then the in breath 1 to 10, then we stop the counting, and then the 4th phase is where we really, really tune into all the feelings and sensations we get with our breath. So just relaxing. Start by just letting the eyelids close. Relax through your body. And we'll begin. So count the out breath 1 to 10. Don't rush, there's no urgency here. Enjoy a nice, long, lengthy breath. And then switching, if you haven't already, to counting the in-breath. And then after those 10, just relax any counting. And then really just tuning into how it feels to breathe, all sensations around the nostrils, the lip, the chest, the back. And then when you're ready, just gently coming back round, blinking your eyes open, and just noticing how you feel that level of quietness and calmness and peacefulness in your body. So we're going to come into butterfly, a lovely pose which I always often like to start with. It's a nice gentle pose to just sort of open up through our hips and legs. If you need support under your legs, just grab a couple of cushions just to feel that support if you need to today. And then just gently just finding where your body wants to lean into this. Listen to your lower back, and just you'll find that gradually you'll soften. So perhaps relax the head and close the eyes. And taking some lovely deep breaths. Keep looking through your body for where the tension really collects. And where you're noticing the most sensation, perhaps hips, outer legs. And what's going through your mind, just witnessing your thoughts and being conscious. How does it feel to breathe? Following the breath in the belly, chest, all the way up the back. Can you release more through your neck and your face? And what feelings come up for you here? Can you tune into your emotions? Relaxing shoulders a little bit more. And then we'll gently just take maybe 2 more conscious breaths here. Just follow them. And gently coming out. Lift up slowly. Feel the relief in the hips. And lying down. Take your time as you move. Especially if you are, suffering in any way that you need to be gentle with. Nice long deep breaths. And just see how long it takes you to relax your back. And notice what's going through your mind. Are you in the present moment? Or was the mind wandering? And it's fine if your mind wanders, just gently draw it back to where you are, what you're feeling. And then we'll bring our knees in. Enjoy a nice lovely little rock on your back. We're going to come into twisted roots next. So if you've got a cushion perhaps for your knees, and I also quite like to have a little rolled up blanket for the opposite shoulder. So if you want to just grab your props, it's better to have them than to not have them, and then you can always sort of move them out of the way if you decide to. Actually, I don't need it today. So coming back into your lying position, we'll go right with the knees first. So as you lie down, you'll bring the left leg over the right, like you're crossing the legs, and then roll to your right hand side. And then gently, if you've got a little cushion or blanket to position under your arm, then you can just play with that and then roll that left shoulder back. When you first come into this pose, there's sort of the feeling of the legs being tight, perhaps in the inner thighs. And then gradually start to sort of let things loosen. Your legs might slide a little, but just find the place where you are comfortable and can relax into this twist. Try and unclench your buttocks if they're tight, and the backs of your thighs as well. And then working your way up your body, just notice if your belly or the sides of your waist are full of tension. And then relaxing shoulders and head and neck. Face as well. And when you feel relaxed, just draw the awareness to your breath. Belly, chest, up to the head. Just keep checking to see if the inner thighs are tight. And how does this feel? Whether it's a welcome stretch, if there's any discomfort, just adapt yourself a little more, use more props. Have a moment to check in whether your hands and arms are sort of rigid and tight in any way, and whether there's a way you can perhaps relax them a bit more. Belly breaths, you can just focus on that lovely rise and fall of the belly and the chest. So we'll take one more deep breath here. Maybe a nice long sigh, and just gently and slowly finding your way into a nice neutral spine. Take your time to move your limbs, lift your body, and lying flat. And then what do you feel? Where do you feel it? Perhaps feeling a really different sensation from the left part of your body to the right. What's going through your mind? Where are you? And then just as everything sort of seems to have just realigned, we'll come into the other side. Maybe draw the knees in for a moment first and take a nice little rock on the back. And then if you want to roll up and just bring your cushion to the other side and position perhaps that shoulder blanket the other side. We'll come into the left side of this twisted root. So lying down and then a right leg over your left, gently twisting your body over. Make sure your hip that you lie on is comfortable. You might even want more padding, like another extra blanket under the hip. So just checking in. And then as before, just trying to relax into this position. Unclench the buttocks, loosen the lower back, the inner and outer thighs. Perhaps even your calf muscles, just tune into ankles and feet. Are your shoulders reaching up to the ears, or can you relax them as well? Deep breaths. And if you notice your tummy making noises, this is perfectly normal. Coming into a twist, we're stimulating our digestive system. Check in with your face and your neck. And just tune into your breath. Lovely, soft belly breaths. As you lie in this position, notice what perhaps you enjoy about this feeling. Where it feels most stimulating in your body. whether it actually shifts something emotionally for you. And with a few more breaths, we will slowly unravel and come into Shavasana, neutral spine. Being careful as you place your back down. Just moving whatever you've used to the side for a moment. And feeling that lovely relief. How does your body enjoy being in these different shapes and poses? Perhaps you can feel quite a nice feeling of sort of stimulation in the lower back and abdominal area. And just really trying to relax your back. And when you're ready, let's gently bring the right knee in and the left. Massage your back. And then gently we'll come up. Just pop your props to the side. We might come back to them. So we're going to come into cocoon next. So coming sideways. Just walk out the pads of your buttocks and then bringing that left foot into the top of the right thigh. If you've got any issues with hips or they're aching a little bit, please put a cushion under that thigh. In fact, today I will join you if you're going to do that yourself, and then gently coming forwards. Noticing what you're feeling in the whole back of the right leg. Let the leg relax. It might rotate a little. Deep breaths. And gently, when you feel you're ready, you can just let your head soften forwards. Keep checking through your body for tension. Notice where your breath is, and if it's all very upper chest, just try and draw it deeper to the belly. Keep relaxing the back of your legs, still feeling the stretch, but just being passive. This is a nice one for your bladder channel. runs down the back of the body and the back of the leg. Feeling the breath in your belly and then feeling it rise up into the chest. So we'll take one more breath and gently lift up. Nice and slowly, we'll take Shavasana, just lying back. Let that lower back relax. And just take a few breaths to allow it to all soften. Really feeling perhaps the back of your right leg, the hamstring muscle. And then we'll come up, draw the knees in, enjoy a nice little rock in between. And then rolling up for the other side. So bringing the right foot into the top of the left thigh. And same again, just allowing yourself to find this posture. I'm going to again use a cushion under my leg. It's very supportive and it's something you just don't have to think about then. You can really enjoy the forward fold and the sensation in the left side. So noticing any differences this side. Perhaps it's sort of sometimes easier to come into it. Or is there more resistance? Belly breathing. Relaxing the shoulders and neck. And following your thoughts. And just rotating your awareness, still relaxing. And then we'll just take one more breath here. We'll come into this one just for 3 minutes today. Gently lifting up. Find yourself in neutral. So we've had a few poses coming forward today with butterfly and cocoon. We're going to do 2 more poses. Heart bench, so we're going to take the chest open and a very gentle curve to lower back. And then waterfall, which is always a lovely one that we often all enjoy ending with. Very nice for the heart and the legs. So just relax here a moment and tune into what you're feeling through the left leg, back of the left leg. Enjoying some deep breaths and softening into that lower back. And then gently bring the knees in. If you can grab your 2 blocks, we'll have about 3 minutes in heart bench. So not long, but enough time to open through our back. So top block for the head, the second block just aligning behind the heart, along the spine. And we'll gently lower down. Take your time just to find the exact position where you can allow yourself to relax. And as you kind of get used to this sensation, just notice how it feels around your shoulders and your neck. Even if you're still holding some tension in the neck, just tilt the chin in a little perhaps. Let the lower jaw relax. Closing your eyes. And as you notice your natural breath here, whether it's a very gentle, easy flow from belly up to chest, checking in with your thoughts in this moment. And whether you're liking this pose this morning. If you're feeling angry about something or irritated, just see if this pose eases those feelings. Sadness perhaps, just allow the heart energy to open. If you'd like to imagine doors on your heart, how open do you want them? Fully, half open, or just slightly ajar? You feel like you need to be quite protected today, and everything is correct. How do you feel about yourself in this pose? What are the first thoughts or words that come to you? Whether they are positive and kind or negative and critical. So we'll take a few more breaths. Gently lift up, support your head and then your body. Calming down into Shavasana. And enjoying whatever you feel. Hopefully a lovely sort of sensation in the back of your body. And then when you're ready, let's draw our knees in and we'll come finally into waterfall. So having a little cushion just to wedge underneath your buttocks is a nice supportive posture here. So lying back, just tuck that underneath, keeps you sort of in a stable position, and then raising your legs. Relax. Always feels good, this one. Tired feet, any sort of withholding of water, in fluids through the legs. This can be a lovely relieving pose. It's good for the heart, very restful, and the mind. And if your eyes are closed, just gaze towards your third eye. Into the void, you might see colour, images or patterns. And here we can also enjoy some conscious belly breaths. How do you feel? Are you feeling really quite content and peaceful now? Is the body restful but the mind busy? And just try and follow the breath and put the busy mind aside. Introduce a few caring and loving thoughts towards yourself. And then just follow 3 breaths just to yourself, but just follow the whole inhale, exhale, without the mind wandering. And then gently we can bend the knees, lower the legs down. And just moving that cushion aside gently, we'll take neutral pose for a moment before we relax. Enjoy your body. And as we lie here, let's just think of one thing we're really grateful for. However bad your day or things get at any point, just turn to gratitude and it will always shift your energies. You can't be negative when you're with gratitude. And so now just choosing wherever you want to relax. Either lying down or roll up to seated, whatever feels right. And getting warm, pull a blanket over you. Become cozy. Still a little bit cool, I think. Not quite sure if we're late summer or early autumn yet. But nevertheless, a little blanket around your shoulders or over you is a very comforting feeling. So we're going to take a card and see what we're given today. If you have a quandary, something that just needs solving, general bit of wisdom that maybe you need, let's just see if something comes out that, one has fallen out. When they fall out, I always feel like they're meant to be given. So, Oceana, we've had this one before, but it's always lovely because it might be the message that you need to a completely different scenario that you have in your mind. So, this one says, take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Dive right in. There is no need for more research or time. You can trust your feelings on this one. I will guide you through the actions that are necessary, considering the circumstances. Your main concern is to avoid procrastination at all costs. Break the situation down into small steps so that you don't become overwhelmed. Then take those steps in regular intervals. You already know what to do about this situation, and you have made up your mind to take action. I am here to validate that your decision is on the path of light. Although there may be some temporary hard work or emotional turmoil, this will soon be replaced by a lightness of spirit akin to gently floating on a summer breeze. Sometimes you may feel too emotional or too tired to take action. That is because you're unsure of the correctness of your decisions. Usually unfounded guilt is the culprit, and that is draining your energy and happiness. This is when it is very important to call upon the angels to shore up your faith. Notice how the doors open smoothly with each step you take. That is one more sign that you are taking the best course of action. So hopefully that will resonate with you in some way. And just take a little more time now to relax. Let your thoughts wander with consciousness. Very gently now, you can just begin to draw your mind back. How long did it take before the mind just went unconscious? And so gently, perhaps just take a deep breath And then you can begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Feel the physical again. And if you're lying down, just hug your knees in. Begin to enjoy a little rock on your back. If you're seated, just gently roll shoulders perhaps, or move the head. Whatever feels nice to the body. And then rolling up to seated gently. Take your time, there's no rush. And just make sure you're not dizzy. And then we can bring our hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.